Water. Its form only knowable by way of other forms. Surfaces, receptacles, landscapes, but really a law unto itself, stateless and forever transforming. The group exhibition Tempest reflects on the physical and metaphysical transformations of water. To nourish, to flow, to fall, and to reemerge, renewed in an ongoing cycle. Each artist in this exhibition negotiates with such transformative potentials.
Oliver Larrick's version of the Greek-Egyptian deity Hermanubis, who is depicted as half man, half jackal, is recomposed in a patchwork of different 3D printed materials. This light, thin shell is derived from a historical mass of solid blocks. The potentially endless reconfiguring through new technologies is suggestive of a broader interest in the hybridization and instability of matter.
Didn't know about Shungan art at that point. I just knew about the Hokusai print. I was really inspired by it, so I sort of started to make the octopus as a creature, as a prop or a costume. I did a performance with a group of friends and people that we'd all practiced and got everything ready to perform the mixture of different aspects of what I titled erotics and bestiality. So it had a lot of different elements to it, but one of them was the performance of making a Hokusai print of the fisherman's wife's fantasy coming to life.
It kind of became an exploration of relationships, of one cloud next to another cloud, a cloud that's slightly bigger, a cloud that's slightly smaller. And I just thought that there was something really powerful about that for me in what I needed to do at the moment. And I think there's times for viewers, for us to kind of know what's happening in the work, for it to not be so overcomplicated.
In a waiting room, time can often feel amorphous. Potential is open-ended and knowledge deferred. It was 2018 when I made these works, and the idea of the waiting room resonated with me as sort of a parallel to current political and social anxieties at that time.
What usually, or what at least can happen, is you end up staring at them and thinking about your situation, and there's no feedback, so whatever you're thinking about bounces right back at you. So they're sort of like mirrors.
Towards the ocean, where the boundaries of the world meet and death is again negotiated in the dusk, then drawn into dawn. What happens in the draw and the pull is the story only told in winter, after all the other stories are heard, of oceans in the afterlife, of the spirit world and our own.
Lore is a film that is defined by its fluidity of landscape, of friendship, of love, of these different spaces that we inhabit, and how it's often difficult to position oneself in a single point, and how there's a multitude of points that have to be considered in defining oneself. The soundtrack is of a reading of a text I wrote called Perfidia, which is about colonial rule and love in the aftermath, and wondering if they still think about us. It definitely is about trying to understand where you are without being defined by that.
All of the artists in Tempest contemplate processes of change, growth, and renewal, from the everyday to the mythological.
The paintings in my modern painting series are reclaimed from other artists' wasted work. They are made from pictures that I find in flea markets or that had been thrown away by students or friends. The intention is to give these unloved paintings another chance. I take the canvas off the stretcher, clean it, and apply several layers of acrylic primer to the surface. Once the primer has cured, it helps to peel off the paint attached to it, and when that's done, I wash the stripped canvas in a washing machine. The machine wash has partly a practical purpose. It removes accumulated dirt and impurities, but it also has a conceptual function as a turning point in the history of the canvas. It is a symbolic gesture of renewal and a fresh start, like having a shower and a shave and putting on a clean shirt in the morning.